How we doing, guys? Um, a fly that I'm going to tie for you this evening is one of my own patterns. Um, it's my take on uh, a hare's ear hopper. Now, I'm a big fan of fishing hopper flies, and the reason being is because, sorry, pardon me, the reason being is because they're so effective. Hoppers are a massive part of the trout's diet from, depending on the temperatures, you can get them on the trout's diet from March all the way through to October. And when you get hopper fishing right in the water, it can be absolutely amazing. I've already tied the bubby with hopper freeze. That's one of my favorites. This is another one of my favorites. This is the hare's ear hopper. What I've done there. So again, just for quickness purposes, I've tied down the hook, touch and turns, tied in a green holographic tag on the air of fly. I've varnished it and I've let it sit to dry. That's it dry now. I've just tied on my silver wire rub. And what I'm going to do now is just apply beeswax to my tying silk. So, as I say, the hoppers can be, if you get a nice ripple in the water, a good warm muggy day, hopper fishing can be some of the best fishing that you can get. It's right up there with dry fly fishing. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to dub some rabbits for onto my tying silk that I've just waxed there. And again, well, the rabbits for same as I've dubbing if it was seals for, as you were doing, dub it on quite tight. That's one, maybe one more now. Try and mix up the fibres off the rabbit skin that you're using. Use a mixture of the dark and the light fibres. It just gives the fly that wee bit more of a natural look. So it does. That looks good to me now. I say just a few turns to catch that on, so here we go. And just wind that down. Nice even turns. You'll see that rabbits for the fibres, you'll see them expanding out when you're tying it on. That's what you're looking for. It just gives the fly that scruffy, natural look. You'll see that I've left quite a bit of space at the eye of the hook for tying off. And that's because there's quite a wee bit going on the head of this fly. You'll see now whenever I'm tying it, but as far as your body goes, that looks good to me. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to tie in my palmered hackle. What I use for this is red game. This is the cape. It's just a red game Andean cock cape, purchased from Cookshall Slide Tying. I've mentioned Cookshall before. Honestly, guys, for the price of the materials, you're not going to get much better quality for the money you're spending. There's no doubt about it. Steve's stuff is really, really good. Steve, if you're watching, pal, that stuff that I've ordered better be in the post today, or else. You see now, yeah, I'm not saying I'll order now again for saying that. Anyway, let's get on with the tying here. So I've just tied that and just trim off your waist. So always, my first two turns always go around the start. Always, first two. And then after that, just start to come down the body of the fly. You want to keep your turns nice and evenly spaced. This again will give your fly just that wee bit more of a natural look. Now at this stage, I should have done this beforehand actually. You want to pull your silver rub around, so that when you get to your last turn, all you need to do is pinch the hackle in one hand with your two fingers, get your silver rub, and just lock it in. And that's your hackle locked in. And I just, what I like to do, I like to wiggle the wire when I'm tying it up the body, because what it does, it prevents you from trap. Oh, and see, that's the benefit with tying my wire. If it does slip, it doesn't move. What it does, wiggling through the hackles together, is it stops the wire rub from trapping any of the hackle fibres. There we go. That looks lovely. just lock your silver wire and any of the hackle fibres that you see that are pushed forward, all you need to do is just tease them back. Just 1 or 2 turns. There we go. That's everything sitting the way that you want it to sit. Now, the benefit with tying with silver wire, is once you have your hackle locked in, you can just tease it off. That's as easy as that. Saves you having to go in with scissors. So it does. And just trim your waist. Right, now comes the footwear part of the fly. And this is tying in the hopper legs. Now, what I like to do, I like to knot my own hopper legs. You can buy them already knotted, but I like to knot my own. Buying the knotted ones, there's no difference. So there's no difference really. But if you have the spare time and you're sitting, you've got a couple of nice pheasant tails. See, with a pair of tweezers, they're very, very easily knotted the legs. Now, the footwear part about this fly is it's getting the knot. See the knot in the legs. See the way you can see that leg's not going the same way that these legs are. It's getting them all to go the same direction when you're tying it on. That's the footwear part. Right, that looks good enough to me. And you're looking for these legs just to be slightly longer than the body of the fly. This is a kamasan B175 size 12 I'm 10 on, so you just want these legs just to slightly extend past your palmate hackle. Okay, so there we go, that looks good to me. Hold that in place and lock them on. 1, 2, 3. That's them held secure. They'll not move now. So there we go. So that's your first 3 legs in. Trim off your waist. And the same again on the other side. There's my 3 previously knotted pheasant tail fibres. What I'm doing here is once again just trying to get the knots and the bend in the knots to line up. This is the tricky part of the flight. There's always one just that annoys you. So there's always one. Right, that's 1, 2, 3. All going roughly the same way and the same length. And just do the same again. Oh no, there's one. Let's see, this is this is why it can be awkward sometimes. You can be footery sometimes getting these legs to all go the same way. Right. 1, 2, 3, lock them. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So you're wanting all to go the same way. Same again. Just the same length as the other side. Make sure they're evenly matched, or else the fly will appear unnatural to fish in the water. And just again, lock that in. When you're tying on the opposite side, because of your tying tilt, you might need to. Oh, there we go. That looks lovely to me. Just give that 1 extra turn just to lock them in. There we go. Now it comes to the head hackle, and the head hackle that I use for this is hackle-furnace. This is the cape here. This is my furnace cape here, and this as well. This has been purchased from Cookshall fly tying, and you can see how well that marked that cape is. It's beautiful and really, really soft. Gives a lot of movement in the water, and it's that movement that the trout find irresistible. But again, that comes from Stephen Cookshall. £6.50 for that cape, guys. Honestly, you'll get thousands and thousands of flies out of that, from size 16s and 14s right up to as big as you want to go. Right, just lock that on my side. And well, the hoppers, you don't really want to be dressing these flies lightly. You want the head hackle heavily dressed, so that when you're stripping it through the water, the trout are seeing that the movement in the hackles. There's one. So tie this, and don't be afraid to put on 4, at least 4, preferably 5 turns. You use as much as all the hackle filler as you can. That's 3, and that's 4, and I still have one element of the fly to tie in. This is the key element. This is the part that most people bypass and they miss out on. Tie that off, and as I say, guys, this is my own pattern, and it's really effective, especially now fishing at this time of year. If you can get them warm muggy days with a full cloud cover, high temperatures, and a nice breeze putting a ripple in the water. These is the flies that you want to be going with. Right, there you are. You can see that lovely hopper effect already, and the palmered hackle blending in with the hen hackle in the head and the green tag in the back. You know, you can just imagine there's not a trout in the water that this fly is not going to catch the attention of. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add that extra wee wow factor, and I'm going to be cheeky and add jungle cock eyes to it. Sorry, jungle cock cheeks. So come on one side. Get that in position where you want it to be, and just 1, 2, 3, tie it in. Oh, that looks beautiful. That looks beautiful. And same again on the other side. Get it in the right position that you want it to be. Lock it in. 1, 2, 3, and now you can see where I have the advantage. I just leaving that extra bit of head space at the head of the fly. You have your palmered hackle, you have your hopper legs, then you have your hen hackle, and then you have your jungle cock eyes. That's why I left so much space at the AL fly, because you still want to have a nice neat head. There we are. Trim your excess off. Just a little bit there. There we go. And now all I'm going to do is just finish the fly off. And as I say, guys, all the materials that I'm using to tie this fly, all of them except the green holographic tinsel and the jungle cock, everything else I've got from Cooksall. And for the money that you're paying and the quality of the stuff that you're getting, guys, honestly, it's phenomenal. It's fabulous. For tying trout flies, I wouldn't go anywhere else from materials. Steve's the man to see. And if he hasn't got it, I'll go well out of his road to accommodate you. But there we are. Just one more finish. Just do it again. Just to be doubly sure. And there we have it, guys. That's my version of the hare's ear hopper. This is my own pattern. As far as I know, nobody else out there uses this. And as I say, along with a bubby hopper, you can be damn sure that this is on my cast at some part of the day. No matter what lock you go to, where it is you're fishing in the UK, Ireland, Scotland, England, whatever, these kind of flies are always going to catch you fish. I can promise you that. Anyway, thanks for watching. And if you like what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel. Plenty of more fly tying and fishing action to come. The next video I'm going to be doing this Sunday, I'm in the Highlands, in the famous Scottish Highlands, fishing for wild brown trout. So the next video we see, guys, is hopefully me and the muckers hammering a few wild brownies. Till then, guys, tight lines. Thanks for watching.